Hi there, good morning everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their reflux, painful digestion, bloating, IBS symptoms, any kind of related hormone problems, chronic fatigue and so on, which quite often are linked into your gut health. And I do this with state-of-the-art gut testing, hormone testing, any other kind of testing we need, and then dietary lifestyle upgrades to bring things nicely back into balance for you. So a really common area of confusion and lots of conflicting advice online is all about saturated fats and fats in general, and which kinds should we eat, which should we avoid like the plague, and so on. So a big sticking point then is, should we be eating butter or should we stick to margarine? Which one is healthier? Well, let's just break it down a little bit so you have in clear terms what the pros and cons are for both and what you should be looking out for, whatever you decide to purchase in the end. So first up with margarine, and let's just go into a few of the pros and cons here. So with margarine, the general kind of margarines that you would buy in the supermarket, they're always made from seed oils or vegetable oils or something like that, which are initially very high in omega-6 fatty acids, so they are already very inflammatory. But then what happens is, by the time they get processed, they go through this process called hydrogenation, which makes them hard and butter-like. That really kind of messes up the oils, and then they become trans fats, so they really are quite damaging and need to be avoided. So what you can do though is try to look for margarines that are a bit healthier. So these you can sometimes find in supermarkets, but they're more often available in health food shops and anywhere that sells sort of higher quality products. So if you're vegan, for example, so you're avoiding dairy products, or you're just avoiding dairy products anyway because they don't agree with you, then you want to be looking out for these other kinds of margarines that are much kind of healthier than supermarket ones. So they will be made from things like coconut oil or shea butter, blends of lots of those nice healthy fats. So those are actually really beneficial for you. And what I'll do at the end, I'll just go over some other options that you can use as well. So you're not kind of stuck using butter all the time or margarine all the time. There's lots of different options that you can go for. So also, in addition to that, if you're looking at standard margarines, they will always contain additives as well to make them more easily spreadable and to taste better. So they're very, very highly processed products, and for so many reasons not particularly good for you. And as I say, they're high in omega-6, and that is very inflammatory. What we need to do really is keep our omega-6s and our omega-3s in balance. We need to be eating enough omega-3s, which most people don't anyway, because that comes from fish, oily fish. And then we need to make sure we're not eating too much omega-6, and omega-6 is everywhere. It's in anything, kind of made of seeds or what have you. So when we have stuff like vegetable oil or seed oils, which is what margarines are, that can really elevate the amount of omega-6 we're eating and then put us in this inflammatory state. So when you think that inflammation drives a lot of disease, particularly gut problems and hormone problems, etc., then you can see how this can easily kind of get out of whack a little bit. So let's talk a bit about butter then. So what are the pros and cons of butter? Well, butter for a start is minimally processed. So that's already a big plus there. And if you can get grass-fed or raw versions, then you're onto a winner, because those are really kind of very beneficial for you for a few different reasons. So the reason that butter was kind of demonized in the first place is because it's very high in saturated fat. And this comes back to the whole saturated fat debate again. So should we eat saturated fats? Should we try and avoid them because it clogs our arteries and so on? I think really that we definitely need saturated fat to some degree in our diets, and butter can be a really nice way to get it in. We probably don't want too much, but that's the case with most things nutrition related. A little bit is good, but too much can be detrimental for sure. So it's also got loads of really nice other benefits as well. So it contains K2, vitamin K2, which is amazing for bone and heart health as well. We need it to absorb our vitamin D, so that is a real plus there. It's also really rich in lots of nice fatty acids, including butyrate. So if you've been on the gut healing journey for a while, you will know how important butyrate is. So butyrate is produced by our friendly bacteria, and it's one of the main ways that our friendly bacteria keep our guts healthy. And even now you can find like lots of supplements, like probiotic supplements and things, which contain butyrate, or you can get butyrate supplements on their own. So it's really critical, and you can get some of that when you eat butter as well. So that's a really good reason to eat butter. So also, if you get the grass fed, that can give you a nice source of omega-3 fatty acids as well, which is a real bonus, because as we know, we need to get more of those into our diet if we possibly can. Conjugated linoleic acid as well is a real star, because it can help manage your weight and help you to build muscle as well. And we're all about building muscle at the moment. That seems to be like a big thing that we're all focusing on. So as I say, with the whole saturated fat, I would say we definitely need some, for sure. How much we need is open to debate still, but I would be focusing on getting some into your diet one way or another. What you do need to avoid though is trans fats, so anything kind of processed, made of vegetable oils, seed oils, anything like that, or anything hydrogenated. It will tell you on the label, usually anything processed, and that's what you need to avoid. But what I would do generally as far as fats are concerned is try and mix them up as much as you can. You don't need to rely on just having butter or margarine or making that call. Use more extra virgin olive oil, which is really great raw. It's most beneficial, I think, when it's raw. Coconut oil is fabulous for cooking in. You can use it for spreading as well if you really like the taste. Avocado oil is lovely. Nut butters, seed butters, and hummus as well. You can use that as a spread if you want to on bread. So it's really nice to mix things up, and then you know that you're getting all the different kind of essential fats and fatty acids that your body needs. Okay, I hope that was a good bit of information for you, and if you did find it useful, do like and share, and if you'd like more information, then do pop me a message and I'll get some info over to you. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.